Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today the Colorado Rockies have signed one-time All-Star Orlando Arcia, who is a World Series champion, one-time All-Star, was just recently released by the Braves after they needed to activate Ronald Acuna Jr. From the from the injured list, coming back from that ACL injury. He lost his starting job to Nick Allen and has only played 14 games this year, 31 at-bats, 6 hits, so 6 for 31, 1 double, 1 RBI, 8 strikeouts, batting average 194 last year. Batting average was 220, OPS was 625. Was 120 for 551 with 24 doubles, 17 home runs, 46 RBIs. His grade in 2023 was an All-Star, 264 batting average with 17 home runs, 65 RBIs, went 129 for 488. He, also had some successful playoff success, which that does not matter with the team he's going on, the 9-46 Rockies. That doesn't matter. Just pointing that out. I mean, went in 2018 with the Brewers, went 11 for 33 in 10 playoff games for the Brewers, going 11 for 33, batting average was 333. With the Braves, he actually didn't have many at-bats in their World Series run. He only had 4 at-bats in their World Series run. He did go in 2022. He did play 4 playoff games, and he went 3 for 10 with a home run, which was his first playoff home run since 2020. He has 5 career playoff home runs, had 3 home runs in the playoffs in 2018. But like I mentioned, I don't think what he has done in the playoffs really matters with his current team. Like I mentioned, with the Rockies, they are 9-46. They fired their manager, and honestly, they're on pace for one of the worst. And this is true. They are on pace for one of the worst baseball records of all time. So, but honestly, even though he's had some struggles the last couple years, he can help this Rockies team. I believe they've been so bad offensively this year. I think he come in potentially, bring some help for them. I was watching the Mets White Sox game Monday on Memorial Day, and it was a little bit of a boring game. It's a boring game when they start talking about another team, and there wasn't a lot of runs being scored by the Mets or White Sox. I know the Mets ended up winning, I believe. I stopped watching after like the 6th or 7th inning, and the Mets announcers started talking about the Rockies and how bad they've been. And the color announcer, who does work for TBS, I forgot his name, but he's the Mets announcer. He does work for TBS. I'm sure everybody will know who I'm talking about. He does the ALD. He does the championship series coverage for TBS as well. Started talking about how in previous years when this Rockies team they've been bad in previous years, but offensively this has been different than like all other years. Like offensively, they've always struggled a little bit, but this is really key. They're offensively at home. They're really struggling, and at times in years in the past where they've been really bad, they've been a lot better offensively at home than they are this year. And they've had bad years, yes, in the years past, but they've had a lot of, in some of these bad years, they've been a lot better offensively than they've been this year. Pitching wise, it's always been a problem, but they've had some good hitting in the past. That where they're hitting the ball. They weren't hitting the ball good, but they weren't hitting the ball as nearly as atrocious as they are right now. And so Arcia could come in and help with that, I guess, but it's not going to change anything, I don't think. But this could be a good chance for him, I guess. I don't know. If I were him, I would have signed with a playoff team. But another thing for him is that I will say this gives him a chance to get more at bats. He's coming off a situation where he was benched in Atlanta, was struggling this year, had struggles last year. Arcia, he's an all-star. He goes into Colorado. This gives him a chance going to Colorado, get more at bats, and put up some good numbers the rest of the year, and try to get a good deal somewhere else in free agency. I don't see Arcia being long-term in Colorado. I see him going there this year to go to a place to try to get more at-bats and get going and get his bat going again, and maybe that would help to him getting a bigger deal somewhere else this offseason. We'll see, though. Let me know your thoughts on the signing for the Rockies in the comment section, though, and peace out.